What up to the podverse and all the people sleeping in the cloud? Welcome to the Blacklog, where we talk black about TV, film, music. Sometimes we just digress and drink coffee. My name's Rod. I want you to say hello to my cohort, brother, and co-host, Ryan.
What's up?
Come on.
Man?
Okay, come on, man. When I say what's up, it's like, I want to say, I say, and when I point the fingers, go, I need you to bring it.
I gotta get something off my mind right quick. I want to give a non-shout out to all the people who go to the gym and get on the machine and get on their phones. Please stop. You use the machine, bro. This is why during the week I go to the gym at like 4:30 in the morning, bro. On Saturdays, it's like the Saturday crew, and I can't say all of the Saturday crew, but the Saturday crew for the most part, they're like this, bro. I'm like,
but you got to understand, I'm sure I'm about to do it for the gram.
I've been there looking at text messages. They're literally looking at text messages, bro.
I think they're about to do it for the gram. They're about to show you a proper lift.
Well, then do it for the gram. At least lift. If you're gonna do it for the gram, do it for the gram. Stop looking at your text messages and trying to find your favorite song. Put it on shuffle. That's why you got shuffle.
They need that inspiring song to get through those 8 reps. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that right song.
This is why on Saturdays I only go to the gym for about maybe 20 minutes because I've gotten everything. Yeah, because I've gotten everything else done like 3 hours before that. I did everything else outside, basically.
As always, well, again, welcome to the Blacklog, and as we've been doing this in our inaugural deep dive, we've been looking at the sitcom A Different World. This week, episode 17, titled Mr. Hillman, written by a Margot Kaufman. Margot Kaufman, she wrote this episode of TV and then kind of became what looks like to be an author the rest of her life. She wrote Clara, The Early Years, which was a book about her pug. Also, This Damn House, which was about a renovation she did on, her house. Write what you know, and Margot wrote what she knew. The director is... You're about to say something, and I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good. That's why I think
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
It's directed by Matthew Diamond. Matthew Diamond is a director with over 100 credits to his name. Done a lot of sitcoms. Most recently, most popular thing you might know him for, because it seems he likes to do, he does the musical. He directed The Wiz Live when they did it on NBC. I think starring Neo and Queen Latifah as Glenda.
That's what I didn't watch.
The Wiz Live.
The Wiz Live. Although I'm guessing that Neo probably played the Tin Man, because I'm picturing him looking like your boy from the original Wiz.
What would I do?
Your boy, Ati. The worst cry ever.
No, it wasn't. It was the great. That was great, bro.
What a waste.
Our storyline is Denise pushes Dwayne to run for what's Miss Hillman, or turned into Mr. Hillman. The prize, we'll get into that. We open up in Whitley's, in the B story it's Whitley's mama's birthday. I guess it's not really. It's still all kind of within the same story. The whole Hillman thing. Miss Hillman. Starting Whitley's room, Whitley wanders about a bunch of shopping bags and gifts with Millie. She's bought a bunch of gifts for her mom's birthday. She decided on sending, of the many gifts, she decides she's going to send her the Louis Vuitton cat carrier, and Millie shall return all the other gifts. In dealing with these gifts, we learned that Whitley's mama gave away her gifts. She even mentions how Whitley mentions how Mama gave a gift, I think her last gift, to her hairdresser. She
Sugar,
says,
honey, iced tea. Whitley's mama ain't.
he's stupid. Man, well, Whitley's mama was like work. She's a piece of work. Whitley believes that she says that the most proud her mother has ever been of hers was when she won Miss Magnolia.
Yeah, Diane Carroll barely saved that character. Cause she that mom was pushing what was your girl name? What was that movie, man, with Monique?
Oh, come on now, stop.
Rich
Wait,
Virgin.
bruh, stop. Just precious, stop. Just put your brakes on. Come on now.
I'm just saying.
No, bruh, no, stop.
And no, I did not see the movie, and I'm happy I did.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's
Rich
what I'm
Virgin.
saying. That's what I'm saying. I really, see, now that you told me, you can't. Do not, bro. If you had seen, no. If you saw Precious, you'd be like, you would do this. I'm sorry. That you would retract. I swear. If you saw it, you would be like, trust me on that one.
Okay.
I assure you. Millie, she tells Millie that she could. Millie has, on hearing about her mom only being happy about Magnolia, Millie suggests, you could run for Miss Gilbert Hall. And Whitley responds, I am Miss Gilbert. In Whitley fashion. And then Whitley says, no, I'm going to win. She just like, I'm going to win Miss Gilbert and I'm going to be Miss Hillman. And she said, I don't know what was in retort to, but Millie said something, and she said, I see someone's put their thinking cap on this morning. I was like...
Hey, I rewatched it, and I was laughing so hard at that line, bro.
I was like, whoa, Whitley.
The look on her face, too, was like...
like, this early in the morning, Whitley, you got... Like, God, you got it. It's the 247 you got this going on.
Hey.
Whitley explains that she is not worried about Miss Gilbert. It's all about winning Miss Hillman. We go to the pit. It's normal. Happy to see it's normal. Jaleesa is whining. We can't have Whitley win Miss Hillman. I feel like we've seen Jaleesa a few times at the pit saying, we can't have Whitley do this. Like, she has taken her... She takes her focus off her studies to make sure that Whitley is not.
She doesn't seem to like Whitley at all.
At all. And you don't recall it, but I said, I got to go back. It was an earlier episode. I swear, Jaleesa went at her like she had put some Vaseline on her, like some Vaseline on her face, like she's gonna pop her.
I remember that.
Denise saved Whitley. She needs to thank her for that. But here's the thing. How did they know that how did news get around that quickly that Whitley's running? I guess since they're all in Miss Gilbert, all know.
Hey, bro.
You know what? Whitley's the type to let everybody know, I guess. Whitley's there. Jaleesa suggests to Denise, you need to run. First she suggests to Maggie. Maggie's like, no, then you need to run for Miss Hillman. And Denise is like, no, it's sexist and degrading. And Jaleesa and Maggie mentioned that, the winner gets $500 credit at the bookstore. And she says, you could use that with all your late library books, which I have to ask on this question. It's like, are you checking, Denise, are you checking out what did you do with the book money that the Huxtable sent you? Because it seems as though you're checking textbooks out weekly.
Bruh, if I had $500, a $500 gift certificate to the bookstore at Howard,
Doritos, Munchos, and Coke.
Once I got past a few books, bruh, every time I had a chance, Doritos, snacks.
The only books you would get out of
Cold drinks, more snacks.
The only books you would get out of there is Sports Illustrated and Ebony. I'm sorry, and Jet. Page 43. Rest in peace.
Before we
Denise?
move on, can we
Yes.
please talk about Denise's hat? The Twiddly Dumb hat? What's going on with that? I mean, it really was sitting on top of her head. Like, when I looked at her, she literally looked like that little character. Because they made fun of it, I remember, on Looney Tunes.
I understand, but
Twiddly Dumb.
she literally looks like she's wearing a hat like Otter from Animal House. No, is it Otter? Not Otter, but the fat guy, the big guy. That's Otter. Wait, is that the big guy?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember.
But it looks like it made me think of Otter from Animal House.
What my man said? Dumb. He said, stupid, fat, and lazy is no way to live your life, son.
Dumb, fat, and lazy.
Something like that.
He told that to John Belushi. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Dumb, fat, and stupid is no way to go through life, son. Dean Wormer. Denise suggests that Jaleesa run, and Jaleesa says Dwayne got a better chance winning than I do. And a giant light bulb comes over Denise's head because you know how Denise likes to wind everybody up to do something. She says, "You're right. What are you talking about? Dwayne could run." I gotta state, we cut away
to a light bulb over that hat.
That dumb hat. I know. I think, and I know they did it for a laugh. They cut away to Ron and Dwayne, and they're doing something with his hamburgers and their food that made no sense to me. Didn't get it. Didn't get that. But Denise goes to Dwayne and she talks to him about, would you like to do something for the women of Hillman and feminism, and convinces him to run for Miss Gilbert Hall. Literally this evening, in a few hours, he's going to be running for Miss Hillman. Denise kind of slightly fake seduces him, and I was like, you know what? That's wrong. That's wrong, Denise.
It's getting a little out of hand with that because she has obviously said that she wants him as a friend. She knows that man wants to get with her, and she just keeps on taking advantage. She keeps like putting it under the guise of something different, no, I'm so innocent. Stop doing that, Denise. Stop it. That ain't right at all. You know that man likes you.
You do that. We go back to Whitley's room, and Whitley is now whining to Letty about Dwayne being in the Gilbert Hall competition, so he could hopefully be, I guess, Mr. Hillman. Whitley is droning on about the former Miss Hillmans and her family. Letty doesn't get Whitley's need to be Miss Hillman. She just doesn't get it. But she as Whitley talks about her family, her mother, and her Aunt Francine. It goes into a photo album. It says, my Aunt Francine was a Miss Hillman. And Letty says, I know your Aunt Francine. She was a chucklehead when she won the crown, and she was a chucklehead after.
I actually have that quote right here. My dear, Aunt Francine was a chucklehead before and a chucklehead after.
A chucklehead. God. How about, why
That's
this?
her aunt, bro. She's talking about this woman's aunt to her face.
She is. Look, I got to give a slow clap for Letty on that one. She was a chucklehead then.
She was like,
She's
in your face. In your face.
Oh, my God. Can I say this?
I'm sorry.
I think Jaleesa could have easily won this competition if she did.
Who?
Jaleesa could have easily won this
Probably
competition.
could. She probably was scared of the other girls. I feel everybody was kind of.
Jaleesa at this point is a 26-year-old woman. She's much more mature. Jaleesa could have won this competition. And she could have gotten the $500. But could she have gotten it? Well, no, she works in the library. She doesn't work in a bookstore. So, yeah, she could have got it. It probably been a conflict of interest if she worked at the bookstore. Well, like, Jaleesa could have won this.
Probably could have.
We go to Gilbert Hall for the big speeches. Whitley is giving her speech and punctuates, "May the best woman win." Look at that, Dwayne. She then invites all to her room for post-speech conversation and a victory praline, which, it's a praline. It's a praline.
I'm not even addressing
if it's
that
even a
anymore.
candy, it's a praline. We won't even have to explain that. And another thing, where does she get time to bake? Does she keep like a supply of these on the side?
And let me tell you all out there who have never made pralines. Pralines are not an easy candy to make, bro.
Not at all. Not at all.
You got to get that. You know how Mama does. You got to make sure that when you drop it in the water, like it's
a lot. Yeah,
it's a lot to just be making pralines. Like,
how about this?
Just pop up and do it.
How about this? It may not be a lot, but if you in college in a room, in a dorm room, it's a lot. This ain't a crock. This is not a crock pot dish right here.
No,
it is not. You need. I'm gonna say it. You need a baking pan, a cookie sheet, and some furl.
It is like if you make that one mistake, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
You remember how Mama. I got the whole batch. The whole batch messed up. Got to do it all over. And you just sitting there like, I will eat it the way it looks. It tastes the same.
I'll eat it. Yeah, it's not really burnt. It's not. I don't think it's burnt. I'll eat it. I'm 5. I just want sweets in my system. Please let me eat it. God.
Give me the pecans. Can I get the pecans?
Oh, please. Dwayne. Denise introduces Dwayne, who gives his speech. He offers to take everyone out for hoagies after he wins. I have news for you, Dwayne. You don't have any money to buy everybody hoagies in that room.
Dwayne also gives a pretty good line. I don't have any praline.
He does. He does mock Whitley a little bit. He does. But by a show of hands, no secret vote.
I'm sorry, for people who see me moving around, I am seriously looking for that Dean Wormer quote.
No.
Because I got to get it right. Go ahead, my bad.
No. Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
That's it.
Fat, drunk. Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son. That was Dean Wormer. We go to the pit. Ron, who cannot believe he is continuing his campaign, questions Dwayne still running, and he's like, I get to have late night campaign sessions with Denise or whatever. He's still on the whole thing. I get to spend time with Denise.
Dwayne was like, use me.
Yeah, he says, I think she's using you. Yes. She is, and I don't care.
It's fine with me.
The members of Kappa Lambda Nu approach Dwayne. He thinks they want him to join, but they joke and they want him to be a sister. I believe the term is sweetheart.
And the irony is you're being made fun of by a man named Chip St. Charles.
Yeah, Chip St. Charles in his 5-episode arc at Dwayne, a different world. A guy then comes in with a flower delivery for Dwayne. Ron gets the card, and he won't even read it.
He won't even. I really wonder what is on that card.
I really want to know what was on. Like, what was it? How offensive was that card that Ron wouldn't even? Because I'm sorry, I didn't state the flower delivery was for Dwayne, and it tripped me out. Whitley then enters and talks about the loveliness of the flowers, and then expresses that she is Kappa Lambda Nu's nominee for Miss Hillman. I really don't get this process on this campus. I don't get like a frat and a frat cannot you. Can the cafeteria workers nominate Eunice Whitlock? What like who everybody?
You know what? The irony is, I have been saying all along that this is a show. While it is set in 1987, it is based off of like 1950. And just the fact that you said Eunice, because only a Eunice would come from a 1950s HBCU.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're right. You're very correct on that.
Who is Eunice Chantilly? Why did that name come to mind? Where did they come from?
I do not know. I really don't. You got me on that, Eunice. You got me on that.
Oh, I do know where it's from. Never
ladies,
mind.
some ladies hit on Dwayne with some cat calls. We leave that scene. We come back to the pit later. Dwayne enters. He enters in
his PE
gym
clothes.
His PE clothes.
Because you know college PE.
Yeah, but you know what? Because it's a college thing. At first, it didn't really stand out to me. You know what I mean? Because I was like, I just thought he was just dressed like that.
The only reason it stood out to me is because he's never dressed like that.
That's
in
true.
The show. That was the only reason that I kind of took a double take on it.
Yeah. And Ron is talking to him about quitting. It's like, look, man, you really need to quit this thing. And then Jaleesa says you need to quit. Who else needs? Maggie says, I think you need everybody telling him to quit. Denise is sitting across from him the whole time, and she gets hit on. Dwayne,
she's a manipulator.
She gets hit on by a young AJ Johnson. You know her from House Party and being Jody's mama and Baby Boy.
Wow, I did not even
realize
that was her.
Acid was skirting all. Go back and look at that. It's AJ Johnson.
That dude said acid wash skirts.
Yes.
I haven't heard acid wash.
Our favorite athletic department, entire athletic department, Walter Oaks, played by Sinbad, comes in and he whispers to Dwayne, "Hey, Dwayne," he starts apologizing real quietly, trying to, and he said, "We located your clothes." And Ron loses and said, "Oh no, they took your clothes." That is to me. That is classic Ron. That is the classic Ron we're gonna see. And the way he says that is like he says pina coladas. Like it's just like, oh no, they took your clothes. Like this is the last straw.
Didn't Dwayne almost get into a fight or something?
Yes, he did. Somebody said something. Dwayne about to get up, and he about to get up. He stood up, but then they stood up, and he realized they was much bigger, and they looked like they had ex-wives, and they were old.
Look, you need to go back and watch that because I watched it again today just to kind of refresh my memory, and you got to pay attention to Dwayne. Dwayne jumped up, and when he jumped up and turned around, he said, "You mother." And he cut it off. And I said, let me rewind that.
Dwayne? You feeling froggy? No. No, you feeling froggy? No, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit back down. So they have taken Ron's clothes. We go to the locker room. Dwayne is now dressed, and he is talking to Sinbad or Walter Oaks about women. Walter, he's trying to tell him, Walter talks to him about the way he treats women with catcalls, this, like, and the other. Dwayne kind of thinks, well, women like that, but he starts to tell him about leaving the race, and Dwayne is saying no, but then Walter gives him a story about a former teammate named Arnie Baker. He says, so he played with you? No, he sat on the bench. He sat on the bench. Said Arnie won 2, 3, 4 years. 4 years sat on the bench. That's all he did. And for some reason, in the last 3 seconds of the last game, the coach said, "Get in there, Arnie." And then Dwayne cuts him off and said, "Oh, yeah, I know what you're going to say. He caught the ball and he learned or whatever." No, he didn't. No. He said the ball hit him in his face. And he said he'd been walking around for the last 12 years like this. What happened? His wife left him. I'm sorry, his girlfriend left him. He just been walking around. He just like, as everyone else has told him, Dwayne, get out the race. We go to the pit. The last debate, the big speeches are being given for Miss Hillman. Hillary speaks. Dwayne is not present. Denise steps in, and Dwayne enters at the last minute, and he says, "I'll speak," and he gets all these cat calls, and he checks. Dwayne checks and says, "Yeah, get it all out. Because
now he's gonna do the big reverse psychology." My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off like that.
Must you just debunk the way I made a living?
My bad.
Must you just debunk the way I made a living? Okay. You just took all the magic away. That's what you did. That's what you did, right? You took all the magic. my career, my writing career. You just took the magic. You just done. He checks everyone, and he talks about he realizes the damage he does with his cat calling and being sexist, all this and that. And he gives a speech, and Denise is so happy. And I just want to say, Denise, you still have a 1.7. Could you please stop getting involved please stop getting involved with everybody's life?
That, and I'm gonna go in hate mode right now because
don't do that. We don't.
I'm gonna go in hate mode because I'm really kind of tired of Denise. At the end, she needs to be sad one day at the end of a show because she treated that man. She knew doggone well that she didn't have to do that to him. He never wanted to be in it. He only did it because he wanted to. He was hoping to get with Denise and maybe somehow be her boyfriend or whatever. Denise.
Don't talk about the Huxtables. Don't talk about the Huxtables' second child, please. Don't talk about it. We go to Whitley's room. We learn the winner of Miss Hillman was one Karen Louise Thompson. Whitley is upset as she talked.
None of them fools won.
None of them won. She talks to Letty about it, talking about how Dwayne was the third party, and he came and took away the vote. Whitley, you lost by 299 votes. Whitley, you lost by 200. But she told her, she picked her up and said, "You know what? You still have next year. You still have next year to run for next year and the year after that to run for Miss Hillman." And she says, "It's pathetic to win by perseverance." And I kind of was like, "Dang, she
got a point there."
I just, if I keep trying, it's like, I was like, wow. Denise comes.
Before you go on, who can you think of? I feel like there's somebody in sports or somebody in like acting who won through perseverance, because eventually it was like, all right, you win. It's kind of like Martin. I'll marry you, Gina. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Like
I can't. I feel
really like
can't.
Not sports. I'm probably thinking of like acting or somebody who just every year lost and finally they won.
That was Susan Lucci from the daytime Emmys. Susan Lucci, she like lost 11 straight years in a row.
Really? Okay.
And she won on number 12. something like that. 12, I think it was.
Uh-huh.
Denise comes in and talks to Whitley, and Whitley's still upset. And she talks about the winner, Karen Thompson, and says, I'm prettier than she is. You're prettier than she is. I was like, Whitley, you always got space for shade. Always. Denise tries to convince her that she has, good qualities and stuff like that. And Whitley asks her, and she says, well, what are they? And she says, well, you were nice to my sister. I guess that's what she got going for you. And Whitley kind of opens up about her mom and stuff like that, but Whitley tells her, Denise tells her, it seems you can never please your mom, and you shouldn't try to. And she leaves her with some wisdom, and Whitley then decides to call her mom. Mm-hmm. And Whitley then proceeds to let her mom have it. Mm-hmm. And she goes off on her until we pull the camera just a little bit wide. And to everybody who may have not been born before 1995, there was this thing called the landline where you held the phone down. We would see that Whitley was holding the dial down. She really was not talking to anyone, but it was a hell of a speech. And then she proceeded to call her mom, and then just nicely let her know that I didn't win or whatever.
We know she never talked to her mom like
not
that.
The way she went off on it, but it was quite impressive in the moment. Most HBCU thing, the Miss Hillman competition. I never really followed it at Howard, but I knew it was a real thing. That was a real thing. It was a big thing. It was very HBCU, and I just don't. I'm not that familiar with PWIs, but I just don't think they're like at a Howard. I mean, think about school days. That's a big thing.
Yeah, actually, that was also mine. Mr. and Miss Hillman. That was big at Howard. In fact, funny thing is that there's a picture. There's a famous picture from Howard of Mr. and Mrs. Howard, and he took a picture with Biggie, and it was during homecoming. And ironically, Mr. Howard at that time was Lamont Geddes, who was actually my chapter brother. Mm-hmm. And recently, I happened to be looking on Twitter, and I came across that picture. I was like, oh, look at this. And somebody said, oh, that's just AI. What? I was like, no, I was there. Those are real people. What are you talking about?
Man, the times we live in right now with the AI.
I was like, what? No. That is a real person. Those are real people. Mr. and Mrs. Howard. Yeah, bro.
I don't. Yeah, I know how that is. At least HBCU thing. Not applicable. For me, this was it's just an HBCU episode. My hip hop drop, Mr. Big Stuff by Heavy D and the Boys. Who do you think you are? I'm Heavy D and I'm rough and tough and I'm Mr. Big Stuff. What you have?
Everybody saying what to do when sucker lunatics start digging and chewing. Potholes in my lawn. De La Soul.
Of the soul. Yes. Of the soul. Yes.
That's your people. You love you some De La Soul.
Rest in peace, Dave. Yes. Rest in peace,
I like
Dave.
De La Soul.
Hey, man.
I can't say other. That's just me. I know they're rolling. I just couldn't get into all of it. So
understood. Whitley Shade. Man. It was between I see someone put their thinking cap on this morning for me, or I'm prettier than her is. You're prettier than she is.
That was mine. You're prettier than she. That was mine right there. That was mine.
They were just equal. They were just like this. They were one A and one B in for me. I was like, God. Letty Shade, we know. Chucklehead reference. I think we can combine on that. Uh, the DFM, Denise's funny moment. You were nice to my sister.
Denise's funny moment for me was that hat. That was one of the most. That is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen on somebody's head.
For me, I have to say my funniest moment in the whole episode. Oh no! They took your clothes. It was just a disappointment and disdain all in Ron's voice at the time. Oh my god! I just laughed so hard at that. HBC alum needed as a guest star, and in what role? I had U.S. Senator from Georgia and Morehouse alum Ralph Warnock. Walter went back in the scene in the locker room. Walter leaves Dwayne alone in the locker room. Dwayne turns around to be stunned by the presence of this student named Cecil. And before Dwayne asks, Cecil says, "Been here the whole time, and I heard your problem." He then gives this speech about quitting and how it leads to a lifetime of quitting. He then begins to walk out like Tommy Lee Jones did in Men in Black. And Dwayne asks like Will Smith as he walks away, "Is it worth it?" And Ralph says, "Oh yeah, if you're strong enough." Dwayne turns his head, he looks up, and Cecil is gone. And
You know what? I could appreciate that even more if I took the time to watch Men in Black.
you know what? We're going to have to cover Men in Black. I can see this now. Oh my God.
No, I'm good on Men in Black.
You've never seen Men in Black?
I've seen parts of it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
The aliens, all that stuff just kind of gross, bro. I'm like, I don't need to see all that stuff.
Oh, man. All right. Who would you guess?
It was still funny, though. It was still funny.
Yeah, it was. I was about to say, who is your guest? Who is your guest? Who else? Go ahead.
Debbie Allen. Debbie Allen telling Dwayne, "Honey, you wouldn't have to make your little speech if you just get your behind out of the pageant."
Oh my God! Before we go on, we like to remind you that the Blacklog is sponsored by Fade to Black Funeral Homes. Death is a part of life, so put life in your loved one's death. At Fade to Black Funeral Home with T-shirt, printing tattoo artists on site to commemorate your loved ones. Fade to Black. Up next, episode 18. Speech Therapy, written by a favorite, Cheryl Gard, and another favorite, directed by Ellen Falcon. Storyline, yes. Jaleesa is having a problem speaking in public in a poetry class. B-story, Whitley's humidifier is down and needs to be repaired. Starting Denise's room.
I feel like there's a B2 story, too. Maggie wants her money.
Yeah.
Is that the show?
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is not. Oh.
That's not it? I'm mixing shows.
You are.
Wow.
Yeah. A little bit. Look, like Robert De Niro. A little bit.
I bet.
We enter Denise's dorm room. Jaleesa enters down to the dumps. Denise asks what's wrong. We then learn of, hold on. Maybe not. We'll find out.
Yes. That we will.
No. You know what? You were right. This is that episode.
I see.
Then he is surprised that we learn that she is in a poetry class and that she is actually has to speak before the class. Jaleesa, she has a real funny moment when they ask her about what's wrong, and she goes,
I do recall that.
But she's having problems with speech class. Denise, of course, wants to help because she'll do anything not to study. And they ask her to speak. So Jaleesa speaks, and she speaks in this very stilted. And I was like, oh, and you could tell it's cringeworthy.
Yeah.
She's horrible.
It was bad. It was real bad.
I gotta say, we have seen Jaleesa speak publicly a few times, being a dorm director, but I'm gonna back off that. And
it's whatever happens in the '80s sitcoms in the episode, it's all in the wind. It's behind you. Never to be seen again.
That's true. Whitley, we go to Whitley's room. Whitley enters to discover her humidifier is down. Whitley's about to call a repairman, and Millie suggests Ron, because if a repairman comes in to fix what is basically an illegal appliance in the dorm, Letty will be very hot, not happy about that. Illegal appliances, man. That was I know when I first got to the house. Now, I mean, well, I don't know. I can't speak on most HBCU campuses, but those old buildings, the old buildings, they did not want you to run cooking or a lot of cooking appliances, or definitely the wall unit air conditioning. But yet, there were many of them. You would be in the sweltering hallway, and there were some rooms you walk in, and it would be Norway. Let me tell you something, man.
Hey, I tell you, I wish somebody had a wall unit. I wish one of my boys had a wall unit.
Man, I've gone in somebody's room, and I've been in someone's room where they're denying it. Hey, man, you got air conditioning? Nah. Dude, you got air conditioning? Nah. You just get a breeze. Bro, you did not get a breeze in here, dog. You live off an alley. What is that in your wall? Nothing. Why do you have that? What's behind that? Nothing.
It literally smells like Freon in here. What are you talking about?
Thank you. Just straight lying to me. No, I ain't got that. You do.
You act like I'm going to go tell on you or something. I don't care about it.
For real.
I will tell you if you don't let me in your room.
We go to the upper lobby. Jaleesa wants to go eat some. She wants to go eat, and she wants to eat non-cafeteria food. Maggie is reeled down, but realizes she has no money because Denise owes her $22. Jaleesa learns Maggie doesn't know how to ask her for her money back. Denise then enters with a new hat she bought, and
flossing it too.
Flossing it.
I mean, she was just like, look at that.
Like she needed somebody with a flash camera. I love it. And bragging about how, and I spent so much money on it. And Maggie just sitting there stewing, looking like Bert.
I can't believe I spent this much money on it.
And she's sitting up there stewing like Bert from Sesame Street, just angry. And she says nothing about it. We go to Whitley's room. Ron and Dwayne are looking at the humidifier. They have no clue what they're doing. They suddenly acknowledge that they realize, oh, this is a humidifier. And Whitley says, how very, very reassuring. In which it is a smart remark, but I really want to say, beggars can't be choosers.
I don't have to fix.
I ain't got to fix nothing. I ain't got to fix nothing. You can keep on being dry up in here since you need a humidifier so bad.
Hey, one thing you will never see me criticize. I don't criticize people handling my food. I don't criticize my doctors, and I don't criticize somebody who's helping me
at all. We go to the classroom. Jaleesa approaches her professor, Professor Barnabas Foster, played by the very esteemed actor Roscoe Lee Brown. 132 credits.
My man. And my frat brother, too.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Uptown Saturday Night. The voiceover, the Proud Family, played Kingpin and Wilson, or Wilson Fisk in Spider-Man. Yes.
He played the Kingpin?
Yes.
Wow. Did not know that.
Played in Westerns.
That is his voice. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
He has most popular, I think, for us. First time I ever saw him Uptown Saturday Night, he was playing Congressman Lincoln.
I know the first time I saw him.
Must be used dialect, sir. And the first time I know you saw him, because I saw him, he was Reverend Sam, the Good Time Man, on Good Times. He was a
Reverend
preacher.
Sam, the happiness man.
Oh, a happiness man. He was a bootleg preacher. Oh my God. Him and James used to be old army buddies.
We don't roar,
we don't fight, but we're gonna score tonight.
Same old Honest James.
My friend Richard McCullough, you know Richard from New York.
Yeah.
I see Richard maybe every 5 or 10 years. And when I see Richard says, we don't roar, we don't fight. And we go, but we're gonna score tonight. And we put our hands over each other. Same old honest rod. It's just stupid. Oh my God. I'm going off.
God is out there watching.
Yes,
he must have blinked because 2 of your hair hubcaps go.
Stop. You're quoting Good Times. We're doing different worlds, sir. We're doing different world. But on to story. Professor Barnabas Foster, she goes to, Jaleesa goes to him about doing a paper instead of a speech. And Foster basically sees through her BS and tells her she's done great papers, but she can do it. Jaleesa's worried because it's about her grade, and she has a scholarship. And a low grade threatens that. And he tells her it isn't a speech class, so she doesn't have to, but he encourages her. Can I say I can't stand a professor who encourages you?
If it ain't a speech class, why are you asking me to do a speech, man?
I can't stand.
Why are you encouraging me to get a D?
I mean, for real, like you're encouraging me to risk my grade and in the name of courage, and I don't get that at all.
I said this. I don't remember how many shows back. I never forget freshman year. I was trying to start my major, and I had all I needed was one math class, and my advisor, she's like, "Hey, you tested into functions 2, but you're taking math 1. How many math classes do I need for my major? 1. Well, you know what? Math 1. A. Thank you, please. The door. Can I get that for you, please?
We go to Whitley's room.
Inside joke.
We go to Whitley's room. Ryan and Dwayne are still working on a humidifier and still have no clue what they're doing. But they fixed the drawer and changed the light bulb for Whitley. Whitley is talking about how her skin is so parched, and Ron claps back, and you can tell there's a tension between it. And then Millie tries to stop him, and she says, "I can't help it, Buttercup. She really fries my rice." I don't know why. That just makes me laugh very hard. They come to a conclusion. Dwayne say, "Look, we need a repairman, and if we can't get him here, she suggests that we got to get the humidifier out of here." We go back to the Gilbert lobby. A dorm resident, Maggie and Denise are present. A dorm resident, I think it was Gloria. I call her Nola Darling 2.0. She comes in and she has brought back things to Denise. Maggie sees that Denise has been dropping money and talks about how she bought an $8.
Bro, $8, bro.
Oh my God, I can't believe.
And talking about, oh, you can hold the change. Just catch me later. What?
Yeah, yes, and Maggie is upset. Cut to Maggie in the room. Jaleesa is trying to work on her speech, and Maggie is fuming about Denise's spending. And Jaleesa confronts Maggie. "Have you asked her?" And she says no. And we learn Jaleesa's like, "Look, you got to ask her." And Maggie asks her, "Well, you could ask." "No, I ain't going to ask her. That's your money." We go over to Gilbert lobby. Ron and Dwayne are trying to get the humidifier downstairs, outside with Millie going before them. Millie and Whitley. As soon as they come down, Letty comes out of her room to watch a documentary on the Lobby TV, which I know you would live in sparse in New Mexico, Letty, but you ain't got no money for a TV to keep in your room. I can't believe you're watching the dorm TV. She comes in Whitley to get them past. Whitley suddenly let me state this. When they see Letty, Millie lets out this noise. I thought she was like Outcast. I thought she was gonna say Hootie Hoo. She goes. I was like, oh my god! Like, is this the first Hootie Hoo that we ever like ATLians? I was really shocked by it. I was like, what she got going on there?
Ahead of your time, huh?
Whitley runs over to Denise. Willie goes over to Letty and says, Letty, I have to learn how to tango with who else? The infamous Chip St. Charles. And she says something, she kind of low-key throws shade at her. And, you know, since you used to dance on tables and such,
I caught that. I was waiting for Letty. I thought Letty kind of paused a little bit, but I couldn't tell.
I couldn't believe she said that. Like, since you danced on tables and stuff, you help me out here. And she helps her and teaches. She happily helps her to learn how to tango. And they get the humidifier past Letty. And Letty has no peripheral vision because it's TV. She should have seen that big thing they were doing. Or maybe she did. I don't know. We go to the girls' room. It's night. Neither Jaleesa or Maggie can sleep. They're tossing and turning back and forth. Both are extremely restless, and it's bothering Denise. And Denise is like, oh my God, what is wrong with you all? And they say nothing is wrong. Then Jaleesa suddenly says she's having problems. Still doesn't feel good about the paper. Can I say this? Denise should have just majored in help. That's what she should. She said she can't decide on the major. You just should have majored in help. Because how can I help? Now, I know I'm carrying 38 hours credit this semester, but you need my help. That's what
how
she
can
needs
I
to do.
help and how can I get help?
How can I get help? Thank you. Jaleesa admits that she doesn't feel good about the paper she wrote for Dr. Foster, but she knows Dr. Foster will be disappointed that she isn't speaking. Denise gives her a gun-ho speech about facing your fears, and Maggie interjects, and she projects her own fears and saying what's on her mind. And suddenly, she just says, you owe me money. And I do, and Jaleesa joins in, $22 to be exact. And
5 weeks.
5 weeks, and Jaleesa says it's exactly 6 weeks to be exact, because she's been hearing about this for a whole week. And she gives her the $22. But I tell you, what was really funny was when she got the money to Maggie, and Maggie said, better I'll be here. I was like, now you want to jump back. Better I'll be here.
You know what, bruh? Back to Denise, bruh. That girl knew she owed her money, bruh.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh, she knew all. She knew she owed the money. Yeah, they like no.
I mean, Shade Tree Jenkins, bruh. I mean, she just walking around getting hats, all type of stuff. Italian magazines, whatever kind of magazine she was getting, bruh. And just, I just play like I don't owe. You know, doggone well you owe that $22. People, you may forget if you owe somebody $1.
$22 in college. $22 in college. At that time, that's a lot of money.
Oh man.
That's a lot of money right there. There's a lot
$22 for me on a weekend, bruh. That was 5-piece wing, mambo sauce, getting in the party, and a 40. All three, bruh.
$22 for me in college
I'd have change left over, bruh.
When the Howard University 7-Eleven was open, $22 could get me.
Oh,
hold on,
goodness, bruh.
He'd get me 11 two hot dogs with chili and cheese. He could get me $1.98. Let me tell you something. I've walked in there with 198 pennies. Okay, maybe 192 with a couple of nickels. But I'm telling you, $22 goes real far. Real far.
I'm talking 5 piece wings, French fries, salt, pepper, ketchup, mambo sauce. I'm getting in the party. I got St. Ives. I'm good.
Ooh, man. Your namesake, Stanley, your grandfather, Stanley Cato, said it best. You ain't forget to borrow it. You ain't forgot you was borrowed it. He said it all the time. Ain't nobody forgot money. You ain't forget to ask for it. You know you had it. If you ain't, you knew you remember to ask for it. You remember you had it. That's what your grandfather used to say all the time. We go to the classroom. Jaleesa gives her speech. It is cringeworthy. Everybody's looking at her like, oh my God. After the class, Dr. Foss admits, yeah, you're horrible. You were horrible. As a matter, he was horrible. And he talks to her. He says, but because he tells her because her papers were the research was such strong research, he's gonna give her a B. But
that's shady, bro. That's shady, bro.
What?
A B, bro? Bruh, it is not a speech class. Bruh.
She got the B for facing her fear. Let's face it, you know that.
She should have got an A, bruh. And to be fair, bro, I was in speech, bruh, in high school, bro, on speech team, bruh. And speech and debate is separate from speech. Speech is basically acting, bruh. Humorous interpretation, dramatic interpretation, dual reading, all that stuff, bruh. Bruh, you can stand in front of 15 people, bruh, and you look up and all these people looking at you, bruh. That's gonna get you a little shook up if you've never done it before, bruh.
I mean, the first time, yeah, but at this point, she's done it a little bit. She's done it some. I mean,
remember we can't count the past episodes because they don't count anything beyond in the 80 sitcoms that we will find moving forward.
Okay. Good point. But we go to Gilbert Hall lobby. Ron and Dwayne are moving the humidifier back in. Letty catches them. And she says, we're going to see Millie. And Letty says, most gentlemen bring flowers and candy. Very rarely do they bring humidifiers. And as funny as that, I thought that was, Ron responded, I don't know why. They last longer. And it's like, yeah, that was fun. And you know what? I think you give a woman a humidifier. I don't think she would be much happier with that than flowers. Whitley rushes in looking for them to find out that Letty knows about it. And Letty lets it be known that she knew about it the whole time. And she said, I thought you would have gotten the idea when you found it that it was unplugged. And she tells him to take it to the basement. She said, so no one plugged it in? Bang! Dwayne said, plugged in. Dwayne is angry. Dwayne is like season 5 angry. The way it says, you didn't plug it in?
I felt like he dug somewhere for that one. Like he dug somewhere for that piece.
Oh, because he didn't have far to go because he was upset at this point because all he had gone through to help her with this. Yeah, he was hot.
I felt like he dug somewhere for that one, bro.
So yeah, that wrapped up that episode, but it was so funny. Most HBCU thing, illegal appliances in the rooms. Like I said earlier, that's so HBCU. I didn't even speak. There was a man got arrested. So Biscuit Gardner, that man was a short order cookie. He played football. Man was a short order cookie. This man introduced me to French toast in a shallow fryer that he had on an ironing board. And he cooked this in Carver Hall. And you know Carver Hall were all singles. Had that whole room. Wait, what is the show? Somewhere there was a show or a TV show where remember how Martin was frying chicken in Boomerang? That's what. It's like that's how Biscuit had basically what was the size of a cell of a prison, because the Carver Hall room was the size of prison cells, dude. And the smoke, bruh, the aroma, the whole, like, there's no denying, like, in some rooms you could kind of hide that you're cooking, bruh. There was no level of wool towel you could put under the door. That smoke was gonna get out. It just was. What is your most HBCU thing?
I actually had a tie. Having a good relationship with your professor, I feel like that's at HBCUs. Maybe it's at PWIs, but like,
HBC.
Like my son right now, I haven't heard him talk, in depth about a professor, but you never know. Or also though, owing money. I can recall a lot of dice games going on in Drew Hall. In fact, I can remember specifically being down there with one of my boys, and he's over there playing with football players. And my boy, he wasn't like, it's not like he was big in stature, and he talked a lot of smack, bro. Lot of smack. And I'm sitting over there looking at everybody kind of, you can see the eyes starting to creep inside eyes, and I'm just sitting over there like, yeah, bro, why don't you go ahead and pick up your winnings, bro, and let's just go ahead and step, bro. This does not look like it's gonna end pretty, bro.
Yeah, dude. Owing money,
and he up there saying, shaking it. I mean, he just going. He can't even stop himself from talking.
Dude, owing money in college, it's not long. It doesn't last 5 or 6 weeks. Within a week, I believe harassing and violence start when it comes to getting money. I do. I really believe that. It's like, I'm just not going to believe that. I really don't. For real. My hip hop drop was.
What about least HBCU?
Oh, least HBCU. Oh, what you said? Not asking for the money back. We had the same thing. Not asking for the money.
My most HBCU thing was owing money.
Oh, my least HBCU thing was not asking for their money. People
okay.
I want my money. I want $3. I want my money. I want.
Where was that from? Better Off Dead, $2? Yeah.
Hey man, you got that $6? $6.
You ever come up with that yet? Huh? It's $2.
Yeah.
Mine was convincing other students to fix anything for you.
Yeah, I know of somebody. Hey man, what you do? Could you help me? What does they say? I think you need a such and such, and walk away. That's what they gonna do. I think you need a screw in that.
Hey,
later.
you might want to call somebody about that, bro.
Yeah, that's the real answer. You might want to call somebody about that, because I ain't gonna help. That's got to be your ace boom around there. It's just gonna help you out with that. Hey, like literally, that's like your frat brother is gonna help you. That's who's gonna help you.
Or this one. Yeah, dog. I don't know nothing about that one, bro.
I ain't know nothing about that one.
I don't know nothing about that right there.
I don't know nothing. And if they do, they still don't know nothing. Like I said, my hip hop drop was Big Mouth by Houdini. There's rumor being spread about me and the crew. About something we said I'm supposed to do.
I remember that song, man. I can't remember that verse, bruh. I used to love that verse, bruh. When he was breaking down everybody and dropping names in the verse on Big Mouth.
Oh wait, but you had
Easy E, and see me now.
but you had to tell Sharon, and she told Carol,
Yeah.
and the whole thing went just like a wheelbarrow.
Carol told me, and she told Fran. And Peppers overheard her talking to her man. And Peppers told Cookie what she thought she heard, and somehow Easy had got the word. He told somebody I knew from uptown, but they called me up and put me down.
You got a big mouth. Man, rest in peace to ecstasy, boy. Rest in peace to ecstasy. Rest in peace.
I used to
Man.
have that tape, bro. I used to rewind it.
Woo. She told Carol. Who went to, it's like a wheelbarrow.
You know what? We had the video. I used to rewind that video, bro. And he used to be up there. He had a little shadow, bro, in the doorway. He was going at it, too. I said, go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. Tell him, bro. Tell him.
Man, like I said, we digress. Let me tell you something. I was on Facebook one time. Somebody said, "Who is the best DJ most underrated DJ?" I said the most underrated DJ in the world of hip hop is Grandmaster D. I saw that man scratch at the Municipal Auditorium with a Nike. And the crazy thing that really got me was 2 days later, somebody replied to me. It was Grandmaster D. He said, "Hey man, thanks a lot for that." I was like, the Grandmaster D.
He got,
Bruh.
that's the kind of stuff that make you starstruck, bro.
Bruh, it did. It was like Grandmaster D thanked me for the compliment.
They're like, hey, I met such and such, man. Man, Grandmaster D replied to me, bro.
That's what it was. I was like, oh, because I kept looking. I said, this is actually Grandmaster D. It said, Whitley Shade.
Well, I didn't do my.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just keep. I'm jumping. Please forgive me. No. After you.
Mine was I'm raging, ripping up the stage, and don't it sound amazing?
Easy.
Microphone fiend, Eric B. and Rakim.
Yes. The 18th letter. The R. Yes.
That microphone fiend. After 10. There it is.
For Whitley Shade, how very reassuring. That was I love that when she said, how very reassuring. She just was like, she was talking to Ron's ignorance. It was just like, just disdainfully. I loved it. Did you have something for Whitley Shade?
Yeah, actually, I had two, actually. Rules are made for the common good, which is all very well for the common. That's it. That was her shade. And then she said later on, she said, "Electric roller in my hair, you electric ninny."
Ninny. Let me state, I really had no shade for Letty, but I had to insert Professor Barnabas Foster. After Jaleesa gave her speech, and I didn't go into depth, he said, "The other day when you expressed apprehension about giving a speech, I assumed, like most students, you were exaggerating. I was wrong." I was like,
He does it, bro. He does everything, bro, with a smile too on his face,
bruh, it's the sly smile, and the way he was like, the other day.
Yeah, he has a smile like the Grinch, bro. It's like,
man, it's so sly, bruh. And just the way he said, "I was wrong." I assumed I was wrong. I was so wrong. You have any shade for Letty? Because I did not. Like I said, I had it more for Professor Foster.
I didn't have Letty. Yeah, I didn't have anything with Letty.
I didn't have a DFM or Denise funny moment for this episode. I just did.
I did.
Go ahead.
I kill for that problem. When a professor, referring to a professor, telling her that she's a good student.
Wow, that got past me. It got past. I remember it, but now that you say it, I'd kill for that because she was so serious. She really was. I gotta say, for the episode, there were some funny moments, and Well, I think the funniest probably has to be, I think, at the end when Ron said, "Did she say unplugged?" And Dwayne looked at Whitley with like, "Damn, I can't believe I've been going through this." And I know it's corny, but when Ron claps back and says, "I can't help it, Buttercup. She fries my rice." What the hell is that?
Hey, you know what? It was corny, but it's the way it's delivery, bro. Like
It was, bro.
like
Daryl Bell.
it was almost like he said, you know what? This is such a corny line. I am going to deliver it in such a corny way that it's just so ridiculous. And that's what he did, bro.
Daryl Bell he earned that, bro. He earned his money that week with that one. Did you have what we that was
HBCU grad?
the HBCU alum needed as a guest star and in what role? This week I had Tuskegee graduate and inventor of the Super Soaker, Lonnie Johnson. He is the bootleg fix-it man that they go to hopefully fix the humidifier. They offer him a box of cigarettes and a bottle of cognac. He brings his whole toolbox. He takes his toolbox and he looks it over, and he can't repair it and says, "I can't fix it. Japanese parts. I can't fix it. Japanese parts." But he leaves with the box of cognac and the bottle of cognac in the case and the box of cigarettes. He leaves with that. Lonnie Johnson, Tuskegee grad, inventor of the Super Soaker. Yes.
My HBCU grad is Debbie Allen. HU grad. Debbie Allen.
I did not see that coming.
As Maggie and Denise say, "Hey, Jaleesa, just show us what you got. Speak." And her door is open. As she's speaking, Debbie Allen, Liddy's friend, walks by and says, "Honey, you cannot speak."
Wait, Liddy's friend from the last episode?
Yes.
Wait. She got a 2-episode arc, and she just running around the dorm.
She hanging out with Liddy, man. She just hanging out with Liddy, bro.
Oh, bro, come on. Go ahead. You brought her back.
That's it. She said, "Honey, you cannot speak."
You brought her back. You brought her back for another week. Honey, you cannot speak. She sat she sat at the table read and waited for them. Honey, you cannot speak. I think we just tickled the hell out of ourselves. To all our subscribers, I hope we're tickling you too as much as we are enjoying this. Thank you again for tuning in to another fun-filled episode of the Blacklog. Man, next week's gonna be special. I don't even know why, but it's gonna be special.
I'm looking at him like, what? I'm like, what episodes are coming up? Because I need to see this.
You looking like, what is he talking about? Hell, I don't know.
I'm like,
why is he going?
I'm like, is this a different world goes to Paris?
What's going on? I don't know.
Is this a Hawaii 5-0 special?
Oh my god. Oh.
Hey, for real though, make sure if you're on YouTube, hit like and subscribe. And we're also on Spotify as well as Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars. If you don't like us, give us 5 stars anyway, and we promise to be better. And remember, we don't roar, we don't fight, but we're gonna score tonight. Same old Honest James.
Share us with a friend, but don't whore us out. Until next week, I am Rod. That is Ryan. Thank you
Peace.
for coming to the Blacklog. Peace.